Why don't you try to leave and come back with your headphones connected?
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Pastor Tom Donnelly and our Minister of Outreach, Aaron Jackson. And first of all, I couldn't get my headset to work. So first of all, tell me if things are okay or if you all are hearing an echo. Aaron might be hearing an echo, but I don't know if you guys are. So please, someone give us a thumbs up. Tell us we're okay.
Well, I think as I talk, it'll get an echo. Because
your voice is going to ripple through my thing. So here's what I'm going to do. All good. Thank you, Nicole. I'm going to turn it over to Aaron. I'm going to mute my microphone so that we don't have a ripple effect. And so, Aaron, thank you for popping in on this Thursday morning as you've committed to do. I'm going to put you on the big screen and I'm going to mute my microphone. So hold on one sec.
Okay. All right. How is it now? I still kind of hear an echo on my end. What do you guys think? Good? I think we're still getting an echo. Hello?
So, Aaron, what do I do? Do I just go off?
Yeah. Maybe or just your headphones and I don't know. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and change this. There we go. 90 minutes with God. A lot better.
90 minutes. You did not just do that.
There we go. I'm still here.
All right. Are you guys still hearing an echo?
Hello. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going. Tell me if it just gets too crazy. You can't understand anything that I'm saying. So today we're talking about still an echo. Yes. Okay. Is it bad so you can't understand me, or you can still hear me? Okay. So yeah, we can understand. Okay, so actually the echo just left now. So we're talking about the 1 minute or the minute witness, and that's why I'm standing up, because I'm just so pumped up about it. So there's comes encounters where we know that we don't have a lot of time with them, and so we could be on a bus or on the subway, or at the line at a grocery store, and there's just times where we really need to like have our testimony, have the gospel down to just a minute, right? Kind of that elevator pitch, and so that's kind of what we're talking through today. And that means that we're going to have some homework for you, and that homework is going to be for you to write your testimony out and practice it, get it down to just 1 minute. Now, there are going to be times where you want to write out your full testimony and get that down, and that could be 30 minutes. That could be very detailed and all that. But for these moments that we're talking about today, is you just you got to hit it real quick, and so sometimes I might go up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, I told God that I was going to share my story with at least one person today. Do you have a minute for me to share?" Or another one I like to do, I feel like I have a little bit more time, I might say, hey, could you tell me about the greatest, like especially at the grocery store, I'm talking to a cashier, somebody in line, I'll just ask them, hey, so man, what's the greatest, what's the greatest thing that's ever happened to you? And people love sharing that. And so they'll tell me all kinds of stories, and you affirm them in that, but then you hit them with that question, well, do you mind if I share with you the greatest moment that happened to me? And then you go into your testimony. And so today I'm going to actually share my testimony. I'm going to put a 1 minute clock on my phone. And so just so you can have like a reference. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. 1 minute. And so I'm going to go through my testimony. And then I'll add some follow-up questions that I like to ask afterwards. But yeah, here we go. So 1 minute on the clock. I don't know if you can see this. Anyways, here we go. So here's my story. Growing up, I thought I was the man, right? I put a lot of energy and effort into becoming good at sports, and got pretty decent at football. So much so that I went to college, and I was one of the only starters on a championship team. So I got this ring, and on the outside, everybody thought I was together, but in reality, on the inside, I was falling apart. I was drinking every day but Sunday, and everything that I thought would satisfy me, everything that I thought this accomplishment or that accomplishment would satisfy me, left me dry until I met Christ. And this kid comes in and he preaches the gospel to me, and I had this amazing encounter with Jesus, that I found something that was way better than sex, way better than drugs, way better than alcohol. And it was all found in him. And literally everything that I was seeking for was found in him. And till this day, from that day on until right now, there's never been a moment that I regretted surrendering my whole life to Jesus. And so that's my story. And we actually had a little time to spare. And so from your story, after you tell your story, a lot of times they're going to ask you for more details. Like, what does that look like? Were you at a church where, they're going to ask for more details, and then you can go into your more extensive testimony. But sometimes I just like to ask some follow-up questions. And one is, have you ever heard the gospel? So have you ever heard the gospel before? Another one is, have you ever encountered God like that before? And people generally are honest, and they'll tell you yes or no. And you can just start the dialogue there. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I just want to share with you guys, just that 1 minute witness. There's going to be so many times where you wish you could have a full conversation with people, but you just can't. And so it's really cool to have your testimony down, because we overcame by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of our testimony. And I believe that God has strategically placed the people around us and into our past because our story resonates with them. There's been countless other times where this has just been proven to be true. And so, yeah, I want to take some questions or anything like that. I don't know. How was that? Can you guys still hear me? The echo is still there? Echo is gone. All right, there we go. Yeah, is there any questions, comments, anything? We got 90 minutes, y'all, so we could just keep going. No comments. Yeah, so there's this time we were in, perfect, thank you. With this time we were in California, and this guy, we just prayed for him to surrender his life to Christ, and he turns around and starts walking the other direction, and this other group so we were all out doing evangelism, and another group that was with us stopped the same guy that we just witnessed to, and so this guy that we just witnessed to is now telling this next group, like, hey, I know I'm saved, like I just surrendered my life to the Lord. And as he's talking to this group, he starts to share his testimony. He just starts going from all these things that were now made aware of him, that God had been orchestrating his life through the whole thing. And as he's sharing his testimony, this kid on a skateboard starts rolling by. Whatever part of the story he was on, the kid was like, hey, that sounds like my life. And so now this guy just surrendered his life to Christ is now sharing his faith and wins that guy on the skateboard to the Lord. And so I just wanted to share that story, just because that's what it is. Like God is so strategic. Like he orchestrates it all. And he knew that at that moment that kid was going to be rolling back on the skateboard, and he needed to hear his faith. And so he got a new brother in the Lord, just because this second group stopped the guy who already surrendered. And so just like that, like it's not by happenstance that the person in front of you that it's that person in front of you at the in the grocery line, or that you went to that specific store, or even if like your neighbor, your wherever, like people around you, people connected to you. Um, God has uh, strategically salted the earth, and so all the people who are in a surrendered life with Christ are in relationship with somebody who is, and that's you and me. And so it's just up to us to be those beacons of light, to share our faith on a consistent basis, and get used to it, because it's just amazing when you realize, like, man, this is a God moment. Man, you just fall in love with those moments, and you're like, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to go out again. And so I just encourage you guys with that. Um, um, so, um, yeah, if you don't see evidence, so even if you don't feel brave enough to imagine ever using your testimony, it is a super powerful exercise to think through and practice. I agree. Sorry, all this stuff is popping up like Photoshop and all this stuff is opening on my screen. I don't. I hope you guys can still see me. Sorry. All right. I agree. I think just sharing your faith, uh, practicing. And before I ever talk to anybody, I spent months and months saying my testimony and preaching the gospel to a mirror. And then the first time that I actually preached, it wasn't that good. I didn't even bring up Jesus at all. But I was learning, and God totally encouraged me. He said, "Man, this in my heart, I really felt like the Lord was just saying, like, uh, He honors risk, and the fact that I took a risk for Him, He was so pleased with it, and so I would encourage you that with that as well. Every time you go out with the intent to preach the gospel, no matter if you think it was a failure, if it was good, it's going to bear fruit for that person and for you. And so, yeah, if there's no other questions or comments, why is this put up? Oh no, sorry guys. I hope you can see. There you go. Yeah. So if there's no other comments or anything like that. That is it. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock for the prayers. All right. Love you. Peace.